What if millions saw your Airbnb listing, but nobody booked it? That's what's happening exactly right now with Ryan Trahan's 50 State series. He's just put 7 new hosts in the spotlight this week. Most completely blew it. Some of them actually have an online presence, and I'm going to break it down and show you how. I'm Mark Simpson. Over the past 10 years, I've helped more than 2,000 hosts with over 10,000 listings generate over $250 million in direct bookings. That's not on Airbnb. That's not on booking.com. That's not on the Expedia group. This is direct bookings. I've even published 2 books showing exactly how to do it. So in this video, I'm going to break down who capitalized and who missed out, and the proven moves you can use to stand out and get real results. And if you would like me to roast your marketing in a future video, there's a link in the description below. And if you would like to help me fix your marketing and get more direct bookings, click the other link and book a free call with my team. This is going to be about 30 to 40 minutes, but we're going to dig into everything that they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. And let me show you how. Okay, so as you can see, I've got all these listings up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've got the tier ranking, and I'm going to put them into what I feel like they took the most advantage of going super viral. And if I'm just going to show you exactly what we're talking about when we say super viral on this one, I'm going to show you the view stats page for Ryan Trahan's account. If you have a quick look, you will see that over the last 28 days, he's had 170 million views. He's gained 700 subs. Estimated revenue from Google Ads and from the premium account is nearly $1 million, which is insane. This is what they're doing it for. They're doing it for St. Jude's. As you can see, they've nearly raised $4 million, which is pretty cool what they're doing. And what we've been doing, we've been following the series. This is the last one I'm going to do for a while. What I'm going to do instead is once they've completed this series in another month's time, I'm going to take a proper chance to look at every single listing, and I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to rank it on who took the most advantage and who did the best out of it in terms of the way that their Airbnb listing is structured, how their direct marketing is structured, and all that good stuff that comes with it. But this week, we're going to look at the last 7 or 8 places that they've stayed. Some, like I said, have got a massive following already on social media. Some of them have got a direct booking website. Some of them haven't even got a clue that I think that they were featured on what is going to go down as a legendary series on YouTube. So let's go and break into it in full, shall we? We're going to start off. Let me just go and just pick somebody at random. I've put them this week all into different areas. We're going to start off with the A-frame. So this is the Ava A-frame, which has got a hot tub, theater, hidden stair, EV charge. Now, obviously, they've done this via ChatGPT, and it does look good. The title does stand out, and again, the pictures back up what they are seeing on here. Before we go and break it down, let's just go have a look. So we've got Amro is the host. What started as a quick way to save money for our wedding became a passion. Dina and I started hosting in 2021. 2 years after missed interactions due to the pandemic, we became obsessed with meeting faces all over the world, etc., etc., etc. Amro's here. Dino is here. If you look at their listing, they've got the main cabin, the A-frame here, and they've got an apartment as well that's got 20 reviews. That looks a little bit newer, but this is obviously their main one, and this is the one that Ryan and Haley went to go and stay in. A quick little Google search shows that they have got a website, which we'll go have a look at in a second. They're listed on Journey, which is a pretty cool listing site you should go and check out. Actually, let's just open it up here. So Journey is part of Zach Boozy Cruz, good friend of the show. And again, go and check it all out, all there, which is all good. But obviously, they've got a little bit of a presence. So they've got their own Instagram account. They're listed on other OTAs. They're on the TikTok. They've got people that have come and stayed that they are definitely, as you can see on their Instagram, they've got 62,000 followers. They do know what they're doing when it comes to social media. Obviously, beautiful, beautiful pictures, lovely drone shots. And obviously they do reels as well. There was one reel that I saw that, well, there's a couple of reels that has absolutely taken off. 2.8 million views, 1.8 million views. 2.6 million views. And again, if you can look at that and you can see why. Again, they know what they're doing. But let's have a quick look at what they're not doing well. If we go and look at the website, for example, that is their website. I feel like it's a Logify site, but that is awful. I think as much as they've put into everything else, they have truly let them down on the website. And one of the biggest things that stands out to me in why and how they're not doing their website correctly is that if you look at it, they are sending you back to Airbnb. Obviously, you can click that book now button, which it does take you to Logify, but this could be so much better. And you know what I did, and I do this everywhere when I'm doing this series, and just places that I hear about. What I'd go and do is, this is obviously in the fantastic Shenandoah Valley. So if I went on there, I Google searched it and just put in Boostly, because every website that we do has got like a geolocate next to it. And the fantastic Lindsay Stewart's website came up, and I was like, guys, if you want a website done properly, then you want to match it up to this. You want to have 80% of the information of your website on the homepage. You want to make that booking process, that scrolling process, as simple as possible. Now with this, when it loads up, let's get rid of a journey for a second. It's just the homepage. There's nothing about it. It's a nice picture, yes, but that is literally it. They don't say anything. You have to go and click going through these. And again, why would you send people back to Airbnb? You get a little bit of bonus marks for putting your Instagram on there, but there is nothing. You need to, again, Logify, it's a free website. Guys, truly, come and book a call with us. We can show you exactly what it would look like properly. We integrate with Logify. So again, your website would be a lot more better. It will do you justice. Your website needs to be your online business card, and that is a shit business card. I'm sorry, but this, I mean, you've put all the effort in. You spent all this money on such an amazing place. The theater, all the things. I mean, if you've watched the episode on the show, it just looks absolutely stunning. And you've got the private theater. You've got everything going on, from the archery to everything. And it truly gets let down with your website. The one thing that I would say here, yes, it's an A-frame, but you don't need to state it on the first 3 images. These 2 here are wasted. I would put in on this one the hot tub image. The private theater looks awesome. The view, stunning. Maybe get the hot tub in there. What else would I take from that one? You got to maybe show off the living area, I would say. The pool table, actually, that one with the pool table, that would be the second image in. The pool table here, the hot tub in there, and I feel like you've got your first 5. You basically got to give them a virtual tour with your pictures of the first 5 images here. Again, what I would be looking to do here is I would be looking to give you you've got the Ava Shenandoah. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, I'm British. But I would be making that your business name, the Ava Shenandoah. So welcome to the Ava Shenandoah in Shenandoah Valley. Check out our online reviews. They're really good, right? Something like that. Because what you want to do is you want to be able to billboard this so they go from your OTA listing and they want to find you direct. So if I go and Google the Ava Shenandoah, so Ava Shenandoah, let's see what comes up. So the Ava Shenandoah A-frame does come up, which is good. So the website is there. Again, it goes back to that crap website. But this is like, you got to treat this like it's your first page of you got to treat this like the first page of Google is like your homepage. Look at Airbnb. They are using your name, right, to sponsor it, to get Google ads, to get that there. But you've obviously got the website link, the Google business place here, which I'm amazed that it's still there, to be honest, because obviously we know Google are trying to take that down. You've got Instagram, you've got your website, Airbnb, Instagram, social media. So yeah, again, just go and claim this listing. It looks like you haven't done, from what I can see here. Go and claim it, just so you need to, just so nobody else does. Go get your website sorted. But again, I didn't see on your Instagram you talking about the fact that Ryan and Haley have come and stayed here. Now, if you don't want to have it as the main image, then again, you can sort of do it as a carousel and put it in there. But I feel like you need to be sort of drawing attention to the fact that they've come and stayed there. There is so much good SEO that you can do on the back of this, and you can make like Treetopia. Like Treetopia keep talking about it, which is awesome. What's it called? No, it's not Treetopia. It's Okie Dokie Cabins. Again, just the fact that I know that is testament to Okie Dokie Cabins. Okie Cabins, because they were the ones right from the very start. Yeah, I can't find it. Bum, bum, bum. All right, bad example. We'll make sure I'll edit that out. But Okie Dokie Cabins were really good. The Treetopia they keep talking about on social media. So again, for yous, you've done well. It's a fantastic listing. I mean, you can talk to me and say, hey, Mark, all well and good, but we haven't got a lot of availability coming up until October, to be perfectly honest. So again, you've obviously done well. I think you could take so much more advantage of this personally, but A, have you got a website? Yes. Have you got a good social media? Yes. Your listing's good? Yes. Can you do a bit of billboarding to get people direct to your site? 100%. But in all, if we were to go and look at this and just put it on the ranking system, which is here, I would put our A-frame at a B at the moment. I feel like there might be one that's better. I'm going to put you at B. Okay, so that's the first one done. Nice and simple. Let me know your feedback on the A-frame. I'm always inquisitive to know what you think of this as we move on to the next one. And again, I'm not doing this in any order, but let's jump into the next one. I'm going to go for Bearwood Court. That's the next one that literally comes up. Let's go and find it on my screen. Okay, it's right here. So this was in West Virginia. This was a pretty cool one. If you've watched the video, you'll know that when they arrived, it was raining, so they weren't able to take full advantage of the facilities, but it did look very, very cool. I feel like by leading with the sports court is a very good move, because it's the outdoor facilities that sells your property. I'm not saying that the house itself isn't very good, but it is the experience in and around it that truly, truly makes it. If this was just the house, I don't feel like you would get as good of feedback here. Now, having a quick look, have these, number one, what do we look for? Professional pictures. 100%, yes, they are professional pictures done. The games room looks great. Again, you've got some really, really cool features on the outside, but the experience is everything with this, and you are definitely selling an experience. I love that you've got the workstation, because again, we know that a lot of people are doing the workcations, so they will potentially somebody in the party, because you do sleep quite a lot of people. From what I remember, 12 people, there will be somebody who want to do a bit of work. That's absolutely cool. Let's look at availability super quick. July, fully booked. August, up until the end. September, there's a little bit, but for the most part, you're doing good. Now, I know that you're using ChatGPT for the sheer fact that you've got all the emojis going on. You've got these stars going on. My one thing that I would say to you would be keep the sports emojis, but get rid of everything else. It just overbears it, to be perfectly honest. I love that you're putting your 5-star reviews in here. That's awesome. That's great. Keep that up. You're using the little spaces here to separate the lines, which is good. I really do enjoy and really do like to see when they break down the sleeping quarters and just say what the beds are, the situations are, because again, if you can't see it, it makes it very confusing. So when you do that, it really does help, to be perfectly honest. We've talked about this before on this series that we're doing, but I feel like it would really benefit your listing. Seeing that you're so good with ChatGPT, take it up a notch, get the floor plan of the property, put it into ChatGPT and ask for it to draw a 3D Airbnb floor plan. And I would put that here just so that they can visualize what the floor plan would be like at the property. The sport court is a great shout. The pool table is a good shout. The hot tub is a good shout, but I would be using that image or that image. I wouldn't be using both, because I feel like what you can be doing is you can be using one of these drone shots or nighttime shots to be properly really emphasizing the property. That's not a very good drone. That's not a very good drone shot. That's not a very good drone shot. I feel like you've got a better one in you. If not, that's a pretty cool bed shot. Potential, no. Which one stands out to me just from looking at this? I think you've already got the basketball shot. Okay, the drone shot. I think a drone shot will be good just to sort of show it is secluded. I think I'm going to keep coming back to this one then. You've got the mountains in the background, the woods there. That's obvious, that's your property. That's there. I feel keep coming back to that one, to be perfectly honest. You could replace one of these just to show how secluded that it is. Because it is so many people as well, I feel like lifestyle shots could be a good opportunity. Once you get the opportunity to do it, get some people in the shots. Again, don't use the faces, use the back of the head so people can, again, it's weird. If you show faces, people don't resonate. But if you show back of heads and then like sort of, maybe it could be shooting some hoops right here. Maybe it could be back of head looking out over the view with a glass of wine. Or not glass, but you know what I mean? Those sort of things, people can envision them being at the place. I don't know if you have this, but obviously your summer will be different to your winter. I don't know what the situation is like in the winter, but I assume that you're open. Actually, let me look at your calendar. That'll tell me everything that I need to know. If I come and let's just look at Christmas. So you are open at Christmas. You will. So if that is the case, you will have to at some point start to think about the winter shots, because the winter shots will not be the same as this. You need to have the summer and the spring and the autumn, the fall and the winter. And you need to be differentiating between the two. So instead of this being blue skies, you'd be going, you wouldn't maybe be showing this off. You'd be showing the hot tub with the snow, with the whatever you've got going on, with the fire, the log fireplace. So the log fireplace, maybe not in the summer because it's going to be boiling hot there, but have that for the winter shot. Again, a bit more moody, a bit more higgy. Higgy is the word. So go in and remove these. Keep these emojis. These are pretty cool. But again, you've done it well. The big blocks of text is what we don't want to see, and we do see big blocks of text. But this is the thing. Did you take advantage of the fact that you've got all this attention? I did a super quick Google search, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't find you. I typed in Bearwood Cabin, West Virginia. We could even break it down a little bit. Berkeley Springs. Let me try to do this. Let me add that to the end. That's obviously your Airbnb listing. Oh, we've got a Facebook page. Vacationstays.co. What is Vacation Stays? Let's have a quick look. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's interesting. So this is here, Vacation Stays. What is Vacation Stays? About us. Welcome to our boutique shop. We're specialized in providing. Oh, okay. So let's have a little look here. Eric. Here we go. Eric has got a business, but it is not clear at any way, shape, or form that this is a business. So this is where you've gone wrong, sir. I do not see vacationstays.co mentioned anywhere on this listing or any of your other listings. What's this? I don't think that's the same place. And even worse, you've got the free website again. Eric Kaz. Let's have a little look at your email here. Don't think that's the same one. All right, Eric, I'm afraid, sir, you've not done this right in any way, shape, or form. You've got beautiful properties. You've spent all this money. Don't think that's the same one. But you've let it down here. So the first thing that you need to be doing, sir, when you see this, if you see this, you need to be giving this a brand name. So let's just call this what are we calling this? This is in Berkeley Springs. Call it the Bearwood Cabin. I think this may be what it is called, at Bearwood Cabin. Let me see if you have got an Instagram for this, because it's not clear. Again, when you confuse, you lose, sir. And at the moment, you're losing. Well, not losing in terms of bookings, but you're losing out in terms of revenue and building a brand. You're doing that all wrong. So let's just call this Bearwood Cabin. We're going to call it Bearwood Cabin. The way you would start off this would be, welcome to Bearwood Cabin, brought to you by Vacation Stays. .co. Could you get away with .co? If you put vacationstays.co, would you get away with it? I don't know, but let's just say, welcome to Bearwood Cabin. Introducing Bearwood Cabin, brought to you by vacationstays.co. Don't put HTTPS or www. I'm even on the fence about if you put .co in, because you don't want to flag it to Airbnb. Second thing, come into your profile. I'm the owner and founder. This is welcome to my world of wanderlust. Nobody cares. I'm the owner and founder of vacationstays.co. Check out our online reviews. We're really good. Something like that, right? And then you can add in all the other fancy stuff that they want you to add in. But you need to state that you are a professional. You are a business owner. You have got a brand. You have got more than just this spot here, which again is amazing. But this is the brand, Vacation Stays. Your website is shocking. And honestly, nothing against Lodgify. They're amazing, do really good free websites. But this doesn't mean anything to anybody. Again, if we come back to look at the example of Sedona. Can I bring that back? Sedona. There we go. You have all of the information on the homepage. 80% of the information, they know who you are, what you do, how you can buy. Again, book a call. Please book a call. I would love to help you, because your properties are amazing. This website's letting it down. There's no way that you are building a business. There's no way that you are building an email list. There's no way that you have got things going on behind the scenes where you can fill out all of these amazing locations. West Virginia, Washington State, Oregon, Georgia. You've got them spread all over. Oklahoma. Man, it's a shame, because you've got such a beautiful, beautiful spot. Instagram account, didn't find it. Obviously, I don't even think you realize that Ryan Trahan has just sent 3 million people your direction. Again, you'll probably come back to me and just go, Mark, I'm booked out. But again, I could be saving you tons of money in fees here. So please do get in contact. Now, if we're going to put this on our ranking system, number one, do we have a good listing? Yes. Do we have an Instagram? No. Do we have a website? Yes, but it is awful, and it wasn't even clear where Vacation Stays came into it. So we're going to take our sports court. Again, my kids, when they watched that, they were like, I want to go stay there. I'm going to put it at D at the moment. It's not the worst. It's not the best. But let's see where we get in with the next one. Okay, again, I would love your opinions on that one. The Bearwood Cabin. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so let me go back in. We're going to share our screen again. And again, if you've been enjoying this series, go back and watch the other 3 that we've done. Just click on the link, go back, go check them out as we move on to the next one. So this is going to be, we're going to go over to New Jersey. The entire home in New Jersey. Let me go find this one. Here we go. Right, I found it. So this is hosted by Izzy and Joe. If we come down and look at Izzy and Joe, this is what they had to say on their listing. 4.76, 199 reviews, 13 years hosting. Not the best rating. I don't know why this is a guest favorite. Is this a guest favorite? I think he's staying in just guest favorites. I see. This property is a guest favorite, but the overall, that means I've got a couple of properties. I'm excited to check this out. Again, I've not done much research into this one. Izzy and Joe, after spending several years in New York City, we purchased our dream lake house in 2020. Went all in for the country life. For the past 2-3 years, we've been living here full time while updating the house, doing our best to make it special. Now that we've done that, we'd like to share a little oasis and when we're not here. So this looks like they live in this one by the looks of it. Let's have a super quick look. Dog's in charge. Oh, we've only got this one. I'm not entirely sure why overall they've got a 4.76. They must have other listings maybe that they've not now got. I don't know. But Isabel is here. So maybe they've had other listings. Who knows? But their overall review is 4.76, which is interesting. But this property, really good. All right. Now, this stood out because of the private island. This is something that they talked about. Obviously, when they did this, Dr. Mike came to visit. If you've seen the series, he donated $70,000. He got to spin the wheel. They did the big split. So Haley and Ryan had to split to get to the next destination, which was a ton of fun, made YouTube really good. The episode was fantastic. But did they take advantage? I'll give you a short answer. No, I cannot find this anywhere. But if they're living here, they're hobbyist hosts, they don't care. Is the listing good? Now, that's the thing that they obviously care about. They're booked out July, August pretty much. September, there's a ton of availability. But the listing itself, professional pictures, does look pretty cool. I do love this where they go, hey, that's a private island. Then they showcase it. That's not needed. I don't know what that is. That's a good shot. It does marry up well. The front, who cares? So let's go and see how we can help them get better images. I feel like this 100% needs to be one of the first 5. And this one as well. Again, I still don't understand to this day why photographers want this to be a messy bed. But hey ho, with the view like that. So I feel like we've got 2 pictures here instantly that can replace these 2 pictures here. And I think even maybe that third one we could potentially do with removing if there's anything else that super stands out. That's a really cool drone shot. No. Oh, there you go. Models in there. Lifestyle shot. Day bed. Full bed. Okay, so this is cool. Let's take this. Let's see what we can do with our friend ChatGPT on this one. Oh, but again, look at that. Highland Island. Is that a little clue? Highland Island? No, isn't the clue, I'm afraid. I should be able to do that and go and Google it and find your website. So take this and turn it into a beautiful hand-drawn floor plan in 3D for my Airbnb listing. Colorful, black and white. We don't like black. So what I'm going to do is I've uploaded this. Tracked families. Just do it. All right, just do it. So again, it's going to go ahead and do that. So again, having floor plans are great because again, it helps the future potential guest get a better feeling of the layout because obviously it's a bigger property, right? You're going to have 6 guests, right? This is basically my family. I want to know where the bedrooms are in relation to each other. You know this as the host because you've been in it. This is your home. But me looking at it as a stranger, I haven't got a clue. I want to know where Rosie, my 2-year-old, is going to be. I want to know where the boys are going to be. I want to know where the 6-year-old is going to be. I want to know where mine and Laura's room is. Again, this looks cool. That looks cool. But where is it? Right? And we don't get to see that because we don't have a video. So you get around that with floor plans. All right, let's see. That's not ready quite yet. But again, if we're going to go back to that, again, you've got to be consistent. That is a winter shot. That's a autumn spring shot. You can't have all of them at once. You've got to be able to get several types of shots so then your listing will evolve over time. You are fully booked until the autumn. So what you should be now doing is replacing these shots now while you're fully booked with more autumnal shots. And again, I'm probably speaking to you and you're like, Mark, I live in here. I don't really care if it's booked out or not. You're on Airbnb, you want to get bookings. So you might as well start doing the groundwork in here. So start getting your autumnal and winter shots in now because you're pretty much fully booked out. Okay, so this is what Airbnb have done. Let me just go and marry that up to what they've got, what I put in. So what did I put in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did I do here? Bedroom. Okay. ChatGPT, you failed. You failed on this one, I'm afraid. Normally does a lot better, but it failed on that one. That's probably my bad with the prompt that I put in. Again, I couldn't find it online. Again, they probably don't care. The actual listing itself, big blocks of text, we don't like that. Big blocks of text, we don't like that. Use the example from Bearwood on how to separate your listing out here. And again, didn't really see anything online, nothing posts on social media. So they probably don't even realize they've had 3 million views of their property. Do they care? Probably not. But again, with all this being said, let's give it a ranking. Come back into our ranking system here. And it was this one. I'm going to pop them obviously below because I haven't got a website. In fact, I'm going to put them at F for now. There will be a couple of these that won't even make it onto the list because I only had spots for 6, as you can see. But we're not gonna dwell on that one. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? We're going to go to the next one, which this one personally, as in the ones that I saw and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I would love to come and stay here, was this. So this that you are looking at right now, again, this said 3 million listings. This is a farm stay experience in Kentucky. As you will know, if you know anything about me, I am from the farm stay experience. My kids watched this and my 2-year-old was going mental and crazy when she saw this, and Frankie was loving this, the boys were loving this, Laura was loving this as well. So this is the view from your bedroom when you come and stay on the farm. And I think this is such a great idea. So you're staying in a stable. So it's obviously 2 guests. So it's a small living experience, like a tiny house almost. But that is the view from the room. Now, the one thing that I would say to the owners, and I believe the owner is called Nick, Laura and Nick, please get professional pictures done. That looks professional. That looks professional. That's not. That is an awful picture. You get away with it because it's a cute one. But again, I would message you on your phone because you've got it literally in. You can see the reflection. So a little bit of tweaks will make a heck of a lot of difference. And how you were doing for availability, there's a lot of availability. So you can obviously do with the bookings. So I would definitely do that. Looking at this, big blocks of text. Again, if you need help with something like this, just whack this all into ChatGPT and just say, there's actually a GPT for Airbnb, which is help you with your listing description. Listing enhancer. So paste this in and say, break this up so it's easier to read. Use emojis if you like. And then what it will do is it will take all of this and it will make it a bit better. So the space, 1-bedroom suite. And again, you don't have to just blatantly copy and paste this in, but look at the bullet points. People don't read big blocks of text. They look at bullet points and emojis, icons, tell them the story. And again, I feel like this is so much better than just seeing big blocks of text. So do use ChatGPT, and there's an actual GPT, which basically is a specific thing it's trained on, which is Airbnb listings, to go and make it better. I love all of this. I love all of this. So all the things that you offer is phenomenal. You've got the bedroom shot. You've got all of that. You've got Wi-Fi. You've got tons of availability. You've got great reviews, and really tap into that farm stay experience. So did you take advantage of it? All right. So Nikura Ranch in Kentucky. So I did the Google search, Nikura Ranch in Kentucky. Yes. You have a website. Yes, you have a Facebook. You have a TripAdvisor, which is all good. And you've got on an OTA, which is an OTA basically, which is a niche OTA, Farmstay USA. Brilliant to be on there. You're on booking.com. So you've obviously several places. You're on Kentucky B&B. You're on Hip Camp, which is another OTA, a mini niche OTA, which is good. So you're definitely spreading the word. You just need to start taking advantage of the fact you've just had 3 million people checking out your farm. So if I come to the website, this lets you down. Straight away, when you launch up the site, you need to make it super clear who you are, what you offer, how can I give you money, right? So welcome to Nakura Ranch. You've got this squished up image here, font, which is all mixed up. Yes, I can see horses, but again, it's not super clear. The make a reservation is blended in with everything all here. This is what we should be getting rid of a lot of this and putting it in the junk drawer. You need to be spreading it out a lot better. Yes, you've got the images. I don't know what the dog's there for, but they've got a really crappy picture here that you've done. You need to just have a real shift around with how everything is presented. Now, let me just quickly show you the framework of what we've got at Boostly, right? So this is the framework that we use for every site. Nice big image here. So what I would be doing for you, if you've got the professional images, I feel like you need a new photo shoot, is if the horses are something that you want to be proudly showcasing, then have a nice big image here as it loads up of the horses. If you've got the B&B sign in the foreground, or where they can see it, fantastic. But it needs to be filling up this. If it's a video, you can get a real good video shot, a drone shot, or whatever shot, whatever you can get that in here. Homes, experiences, services. Airbnb have literally given us the categories now with their changes. You need to be doing the fact. Experiences, simple. Horse riding nearby, you've already said that. Services, I remember from watching the video that you have a shop on site where people can buy milk, and I believe they can buy ice cream. Have that on here. But the most important thing is, how can they give you money? Arrive date, depart date, guests, search. Go straight to your booking page. You've got the live chat here that they can chat to you. And then down here, you will talk about the farm, talk about the accommodation, what you offer, about you and Laura, Nick and Laura, reviews, FAQs, and then everything else just goes in the junk drawer. So all of this, guest certificates, amenities, attractions and dinings, this needs to be broke down so it's super clear. At the moment, it's not super clear. So Nick, Laura, if you want to chat, link is in the description below. Instagram, you do have an Instagram page. Again, 265 followers. You're doing a combination. So videos are getting a little bit of traction, which is good, showcasing the farm. But again, I didn't see any mention of Ryan and Haley until I did, which is great. So you've got it here a week ago. Thank you so much, Ryan Trahan, for staying with us and showcasing the Lavender Suite as your Kentucky stay. The animals loved having you and as their roomies, which is brilliant. So you've literally just by default been better than the rest because of that. You've obviously got a Facebook, and your Facebook has 2,200 likes, which is good. You obviously do a lot more on the Facebook, which is good. You get a ton of engagement, which is good. You get comments, which is good. So again, you've got the social media. Oh, look. So there's a guest who notified you. So this is the power of social media. We had no idea who he was or how well he followed. And so this is obviously the owner, never knew until a guest told us. Just today, we've got 4 reservations from guests who saw us on the blog. Now that is phenomenal. That's the power of social media. We absolutely love that. But again, so many more changes to make. You have got on your farm listing, you've got these different listings here. So you've obviously, because it's a bed and breakfast, which is good. But again, well done. I've just literally because of that, you have gone on number 1 on the list. So you've definitely taken advantage of it. You've actually got bookings on the back of it. So well done, the farm stay. Good to see a farm stay doing good work. Let me know what you think below. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Next one is the Fairy House, which is in Rhode Island. So this is cool because this, I feel like their title is phenomenal. The Fairy House, HGTV's scariest house in America. They played on this fact in the video. It's in Rhode Island. As you can see from the listing here, pictures could definitely do with being more professional. If you've watched the video as well, it is crazy to me how scruffy the place looks. They're definitely going with this vibe of being like on the outside scary. That looks like a ladder that's there with a dog in the front. Again, I think if you're going to go down on this being spooky, go all in on the spookiness. Have this as being, let's see what the accommodation is like. People love this as well. People will travel the world to come and see and stay here just because of the branded scary. I live near York, which is a very spooky city in the United Kingdom. People travel from all over to go and see the streets and the history behind it, etc. Places like Edinburgh, people travel from all over because it's got a very spooky vibe to it. People do love this. And if you want to capitalize on this, there's definitely ways to do it. As soon as I look inside, it goes from being dark on the outside, spooky on the outside, to, well, it's a fairy on the inside. It's a bit weird. I mean, there's definitely things you can do. I'm not an interior designer in any way, shape, or form. That bath is stunning. You need to be leading with that shot. Again, your mistake that you have made is very common, is that you mix professional pictures. That may not even be professional. In fact, I don't think any of these are professional. You just look like you've got a good camera on one and a crap camera on other. So that looks like a good camera. That looks like an okay camera. That's awful. Again, I think this looks very DIY, but I feel like a professional photo shoot would do you a ton of goodwill. And again, you've made a mistake here. You've mixed the spring and the summer with the winter. You got to separate them. You've got to have a Google Drive or a Dropbox folder of like, this is our spring and summer. This is our autumn and winter. Depends on how different the seasons are. I think in Rhode Island, you're probably going to have a really good 3 seasons that you can show. This was a big part of the video. You've got to be leading with stuff like this. Again, I think you're sort of stuck in a, where do I go with this sort of vibe? Because again, you've got the lightness here. You've got this that's going on. Just needs to really focus on which crowd you're going to go here. You can't say HGTV's scariest house in America and then have some like light, fluffy things going on. You want to be sort of going all in. I feel like you need to put that lift picture in here and go all in on the spookiness. Because then you say in your listing, if you're looking for a one kind of stay, look no further. So again, let's just take this, right? I'm going to put this into ChatGPT. I'm going to go into our Airbnb listing enhancer GPT. And I'm going to say, make this listing better. Use emojis. Highlight the fact that this is a scary property. And again, let's ChatGPT have a little bit of fun with this. Jeremy, let's have a little look here. 7 years hosting. Not really much here. You can't really tell much at all, to be perfectly honest. But the Fairy House is a Googleable and Instagrammable name. So I Googled the Fairy House, Rhode Island. The first thing that comes up is Airbnb. Third thing that came up is RIM Monthly. Again, I don't really know what RIM Monthly is. Rhode Island Monthly. Okay. A North Kingston home goes from frightful to delightful. This was written only a couple of months ago. So, oh my days, that is a fantastic shot. I would go back to like these. See, things like this, when you're mentioned in the press, just goes such a long way. Being mentioned on HGTV gives you such good exposure, especially for things like AI SEO. something that I'm going to talk a whole lot more about over the coming weeks and months on this channel. But you've got some beautiful pictures here by professionals. Go back to Rim, go back to Dana, and just say, hey, those photography that you did for us, could I get the raw copies I can put on my Airbnb listing? You'd be amazed that they like to give it to you, if you were just asked nicely. You've had a YouTuber here, 7K views, talk about staying at your place, sorry. You've got a couple of things here. But again, I don't see an Instagram. The fairy tea room, I don't think is you. No, it's not. So you haven't even talked about the fact that you just had two of the biggest YouTubers staying with you, millions and millions of views. So again, you've got the basis and the foundation of something fantastic. Whether this is your full-time thing or it's just a hobby, I don't know. Wasn't clear. The listing itself, let me have a good look at what our ChatGPT, stay in America's scariest home as seen on HGTV. You got the ghost emoji. If you're looking for a stay, the vibe, the space, the guest access, other things to know. I love all of that. But you didn't take advantage, I'm afraid. So let's go into here. Let's go back into our ranking system and the little thing here. I'm going to pop E. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's move on then, shall we? We're going to go to the next one on the list. So this was over in Maryland. Again, another stunning property. When you see it, you're like, wow, this looks amazing. It's a glass-fronted, massive barn in Maryland. Let's have a look at the listing first and foremost. Hosted by Beth, and Beth has got probably, I think, 2 properties on the same plot of land. From what I can see, you've got the waterfront home modern farmhouse and the waterfront modern barn. That's easy for me to say. Now, looking at the listing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all about the exterior structure. We get it. The structure is amazing, but you're forgetting the inside, and the inside is just as beautiful as the outside. So what you need to do is to go and amend. What I would be looking to do is I would be using one of these 3 as that first image. I love that you're able to get away with having that. Was it guest barn on the bay? That in there, barn on the bay. Is this the right one? No, that's in Northumberland. So this is it. Your branding needs to be a bit better because there's so many barn on the bays. But I would have that as your first image because, again, Airbnb will letting you get away with that. So let that be number 1. And then you want to be able to tell a story through scrolling on those first 5. So yes, the exterior, we get it, is lovely. There's nothing on the inside. There's barely anything on the inside, which is amazing to me. So that needs to be picture number 2. That needs to be picture number 3. Picture number 4. Those are not done professionally. Those look like you've done them. Doesn't even look properly done. The bed. It's very bare. That's the thing that I've noticed. Stunning, but it's so bare. There's no personality. I think, again, I'd get new pictures in here, to be honest. I did find a website from doing a search. That's High Chi coming up. But this isn't your website, Camille Studio. I think that should be your main image, to be perfectly honest. I'd be using these. They look great, but I feel like you need to have a better photo shoot done. Again, there's nothing online, nothing at all, Beth, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what the other one's looking like, but you'd need to be taking full advantage of the fact that you have just had 4 million views on here. Again, big blocks of text. Nobody likes that. There's barely anything in there. Bookings wise, yeah, you've got tons of availability. There's loads you need to be doing here. And website missing, Instagram missing, Don't think you even realize you just had 4 million people stay there. You need new pictures, new everything doing. Again, I don't know if this is a hobby for you or what, but I'm afraid, looking at the list, as nice as your property is, I don't think it's even going to make the list. So that's just going to have to stay there, I'm afraid. Beth, we're not having that one, I'm afraid. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Let's try and wrap this up pretty quick. We've got 3 more to view. The Will House Treehouse. So this is the one in the journey in New York. You will recognize that he had to get a lift to here. They were split, and he started off his journey on an electric e-bike. Went to this town, went into a coffee shop. The person in the coffee shop recognized Ryan from the challenge and then drove him 2.5 hours to here. It was really good YouTube series, real good episode. And this place, again, looks really, really cool, but did they take advantage of it? First and foremost, let's have a look at the hosts. We are a family of 6 who love to outdoors hike, relaxation. 888 reviews. Damn, that's a lot of reviews. And a 4.95. They are massively missing out here on a bit of just anything. Let's have a little look to see what the description is like. Blocks of text, nothing in there. So much more you can be doing with that. Featured in the New York Times. Lovely. But have a look at the pictures. I mean, yeah, these are professional pictures. They look great. I don't know why you need that for. I hate close-up images. It means nothing to nobody. But you've got some stunning pictures. Have you got them in the right order? Outdoor. Maybe not. You can maybe amend these. 4. Did they take advantage? Willow House, Tree House. They have an Instagram. They're on mini OTAs, niche OTAs. Do they have a website? No. They are sending people back to their Airbnb account, which is crazy. 15,000 followers, and they're sending people back to Airbnb. Are they working with influencers? Yes, it does look like the magical energy at the treehouse. They've done that a year ago. This got a ton of engagement. 36, so 6 months ago. Working with this influencer, content creator, sorry. So they do bits, really good shots. But again, I really wish that you would take some of his amazing photography, get the actual footage and put it into a website, anything. Don't just keep sending people back. You are followed by, again, some really, really good Instagram accounts that were your mutual followers here. But don't do anything with it. But you've got an Instagram. So let's go back to the ranking. I'm going to put you in at number 3. And then let's go swiftly on and look at the final 2. We're into the final 2 here. The River Loft. The River Loft was in Connecticut. This is the one here. Again, another stunning place. Loads of things going on with the barrel sauna, the view, everything. Thomas is... so this is this chap here. So this is the interesting one. Okay, so this is Thomas. If you look at Thomas online, he has got a really good personal brand, right? He himself does a lot of Instagramming. He does a lot of social media for his own personal brand because he's a fitness coach, right? But yet he hasn't applied the same sort of logic to his Airbnb business or his business, right? And there's so much more that he could be doing here. He could be building out the perfect retreat in where is it, Connecticut. But again, they haven't really done anything. They've done work with influencers. They've done lifestyle shots. They've done all of this cool stuff. It's only got 2,000 followers, which isn't the worst, but the best. But he's driving everybody back to here, which is bananas to me. You go through all this effort to do all of these things, and you literally just drive people back to Airbnb. Again, he may turn around and go, listen, it's not my full-time gig. But again, like, if you could get up an email list going, if you can get social media properly going, then, you know what I mean? You won't be worried about all of this. Does he have an Instagram? Yes. Let's have a super quick look at our list. Did he take advantage of the fact? Any mention of social media in any way, shape, or form? No. Is it the worst? No. So with going to drop you off there. Going to move you there. Going to move you there. I'm going to put you there. As we go into our last one, Riverloft, bye-bye. We're coming into the tiny house. So this spot was tiny. If you've watched this video, it was such a small spot. The thing that made it cool, it was right next to a theater that they went and visited. So the host talks about the Good Earth Market. They talk about the theater that is there. Again, so there is a business that is happening in and around this tiny home, and it is tiny. Susan has got 11 listings in total, ranging from big houses to a bench, to another bench, and it's a campsite, I know. So this is not a small time gig. This is something that obviously Susan wants to do. But again, there is no mention of a company name here, right? So I went and Googled tiny house at Good Earth, and the Airbnb listing obviously comes up. Trivago comes up, right? You go find the website, stay at Good Earth, bookings are available below, and it takes them straight back to blooming Airbnb, which is banal to me. You're trying to create an email list, right? So if you're going to do this, let's do this properly. Let's go ahead, even get a Logify site, go and get something that is so simple and actually link this all together. I mean, you've even got Bluey on the go. It's like a cafe, it's a theater. Not one mention of the fact that you've had Ryan Trahan come and drive 4 million views. Even came to the theater, showcased that. So I'm sorry, Susan, but there is nothing you can do. Again, let me know in the comments, what should they be doing? I think I've said this time and time again. Billboard, billboard, billboard. If I come back to the list before we finish this out, because I am getting hungry. I think just from the fact that you've got a website, there's so much promise there. So sorry, you three at the bottom. You're not even on the list. But that is the ranking for this session. So the winners were the Goat House. Let me see if I've got my applause. The farm stay in Kentucky. Loved everything about you. You took full advantage of the fact you mentioned it. The website needs a lot of work. Same with the Ava and the A-frame. Come chat to us for help on your website. And if you want to have chat about your website, drop a link below. I'm going to finish the series here for now. And once they finish going to all 50 states, I am going to come back and I'm going to do an overall one, not of all 50 because I'll be here forever. I'm going to probably take the best 6 and showcase what they did well. And we'll look at how the reservations are going. We'll look at how their social media are going and see if they've taken full advantage of the fact the farm stay that we know has had bookings, which is great. We've seen that on the Facebook. My mission is to try and get in touch with the top 6 and find out the impact, maybe even see if I can get a sneaky interview in with them. Who knows what we can do, but I want to end this series strong. I'm going to stop there for now. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you go and check the other videos that we did in this series. And also as well, hit that subscribe, hit those notifications, because I've got more videos coming where we do more marketing roast. I look at your channels. I look at your social media. I ask you questions and you tell me where you're going wrong and we try and fix them here on this channel. If you like the sound of that and if you want for me to look at your business in a future video, link is in the description below. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in and we'll be back very soon.